I feel like if it makes you excited, then it's successful.
Yeah, that's true.
And
yeah.
other people will feel that excitement and they'll be like, yo,
Yeah.
I want to be part of that, whatever it is.
For sure.
Yeah.
And when you're excited and passionate about something, you're going to be good at it. Like, maybe not at first,
Yeah.
but if you're excited and passionate and you keep doing it, you're going to be good at it, and everyone will see it.
I let their stories be mine, saw all the signs, but still unaligned. Felt myself bleed as I screamed for my freedom. Finally, I drew a line. 'Cause no.
Are you doing anything this weekend?
I might be going to the city tomorrow. We'll see. He's kind of like Einstein.
I like it! He is so Einstein.
He's totally Einstein.
It's always fun going between different cameras and you're like, wait, where the hell's that button? I want to do this. It's different on the other one.
Cool. Sweet.
Thank you.
Cheers.
All right, so Melaku,
Yeah.
why don't you explain to me what you do? I know you're a musician, but
Yeah.
if I didn't know what you did, tell me what you do.
What do I do? I write songs and I record them playing old instruments. And I try to have a message in my lyrics that's uplifting. And I call it spiritual pop because it's kind of got like some spirituality in there. It's not like overbearing or anything. It's just sort of like music that's good for you. So a lot of it's inspired from artists that I grew up with, especially from like the 60s, 70s. I wasn't born then, but my mom especially introduced me to a lot of artists. Different genres like Motown and like soft rock and AM Gold, stuff like that. So basically what I do is I take that music and I kind of update it with modern songwriting ethos and production and but still keep the like organic aesthetic.
So you said you do all the instruments.
Yeah.
So what instruments do you play and record?
I would say my primary instrument is guitar, and then is drums, and then I play bass too. Bass is kind of similar to guitar, just like an octave down. And then for most of like the keys and strings and horns, I just use a keyboard, and basically I sample stuff using the keyboard.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Unless there's something random that,
When you perform live, what is that like?
I've been mainly performing acoustic and solo. It's kind of like a template that I've seen working for other artists, like Ed Sheeran, where, he fills like a stadium with just him on guitar.
Yeah.
And it's because the songwriting is good and, like there's emotion behind it. And so, I definitely will be putting together a band once I need to. And, I've got, I kind of know how I want it to sound live.
Yeah.
But for now, I've been mainly just performing acoustic and it's been good.
Nice.
Yeah.
So if you were going to write a song, how do you start?
Oh, wow. It's a good question. Honestly, I don't feel like I really write songs. I feel like the songs come. And like if I try to write a song,
Yeah.
like I'm going to sit down and I'm going to write a song.
Yeah.
Especially if it's something that I'm going to like for myself. Writing for other people is different. Like sometimes I can sit down and write for someone else. But if it's writing for myself, where it's going to be a song that I perform the rest of my life, it kind of just happens. And it's pretty cool how it happens. Like usually I'll go through something in life, or there'll be some really strong emotion I feel or something, and then usually like some part of a lyric will come to me. Like I remember when I was living in LA, I was going through a really hard time, but I kind of just felt so grateful that I had a place to be, and I heard this like come from nowhere, like feels so good to be home, and I was like, oh, that's a song.
Yeah.
And then I kind of just, so usually the next step after that for me is I just get on my guitar. For my own stuff, I always write on guitar. And I basically just like figure out, okay, like where is that melody chord wise? And I just usually start improvising, and then something will come through. And usually the magic comes from my subconscious. Like I don't really have to think about it; it just happens.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
heard that's called automated art, maybe?
Automated art.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I
But
haven't heard that.
I had only heard that really about painters, but it sounds similar to the
Yeah.
painter. All right. How did you know you wanted to focus on music as like your art form, or
Yeah.
what made you want to really go after it with your music?
I mean, I feel like I've deep down, like really deep down, I've wanted to go after it, like from childhood.
Yeah.
Because like I think I was even performing in like first grade, playing guitar, singing. You know,
Yeah.
so it's like I think that doing exactly what I want, which is be a music artist, I feel like it got conditioned out of me. Like I started thinking like, oh, I should be more practical. And I think I especially listened to like other people and society at large, which was like, oh, you can't make money being a music artist, or like you have to do something more that will be like for longevity, or you know like there's so many like outside voices that I feel like a lot of them like became internalized, and so I feel like I did go after different plan Bs, but to my credit, I never stopped making music,
Yeah.
like ever.
Yeah.
I mean, there was little periods, but like I would always be writing or recording or like always something. So I think ultimately it's the one thing that's been totally consistent throughout my life, like since I was a little kid till now.
Yeah.
And when I fully decided to commit to it was I think about 2012.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can totally relate to being programmed out. I
Yeah.
think a lot of artists probably feel the same way, especially from your parents and your teachers, just the way society's kind of set up.
Yeah.
It's like, get a 9 to 5, you won't make money, like you said. So,
Yeah.
I think it takes a lot of courage to choose to do something based on your creativity or your
Yeah.
artistry and try to make money from it, because it's not said throughout your life, like, you can make money doing your art. So it is something that has to come from inside.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting.
I don't know. I just feel like how I feel and think about money has changed a lot. Where I kind of made a vow to myself not that long ago, like I'll never do anything for money again.
Yeah, good.
Because
That's
I
great.
just realized it never has worked. Anytime I've tried to do something, because I think what it is it's trying to do something great for a prize. Like, I'll be nice if I like get a free lunch. But it's like, if you're just nice for the sake of being nice, I feel like that's what is that's like the better thing to do,
Yeah.
even vibrationally.
Yeah.
So it's like, I feel like the money thing is, I think, ultimately about safety. So it's like if I feel safe in the world, then I don't need money, because there's a million things that money could get. Like, let's say people like, oh, like I'm afraid I'll be homeless.
Yeah.
It's like, well, what if you have family, or what if you
Yeah.
meet someone that really digs your vibe, or
Yeah.
there's a million ways to find a place to stay
Yeah.
that don't involve cash.
Right.
So it's like, for me, it's like, what am I actually excited about waking up and doing? And that always fundamentally comes back down to music.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. What are some of your favorite bands or artists?
Yeah, artists. Geez, a lot of them are dead. So, I mean, well, not in spirit, but
Yeah.
physically. My top have been for most of my life Bob Marley, Marvin Gaye.
I would not have expected you to say Marvin Gaye.
Really?
Yeah.
Why not?
Just so classic. I don't know.
I mean I love Motown, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like the Temptations and all that. It's like I've always listened to Motown, and I've always, like, even when I was 13, I was covering Motown.
Yeah.
Like, I think there might be on my Bandcamp, like me playing covers of those songs.
Nice.
So yeah, and but I listen to a wide variety of music. So other people in the past that I've listened to a lot. Wow, like back in the day, I used to listen to a lot of like Chuck Berry and Buddy Holly, and my mom has always shown me Fleetwood Mac, which I think in terms of like production and just like overall, like they're just such great songs.
Yeah.
And so yeah, a lot of like 60s, 70s, and late 50s too, but a lot of stuff from there. And then I listen to modern like pop singer-songwriter too. You know, there's artists that I feel like have done really cool things. One artist that is somewhat well known, but she's super awesome, is ZZ Ward. She's a current artist that's happening. She's kind of like a mix between blues and singer-songwriter and a little bit of hip-hop.
Nice.
You know, I think Aloe Black is cool, you know, for artists these days. He's got a good message, and it pulls from that soul background. And yeah, there's different ones. And then, you know, there's like bands like One Republic and Maroon 5 that I feel like I really like a lot of their aesthetic too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it varies, but that's kind of like an overview.
Okay.
Yeah.
How about like fashion? Is there anything that inspires you as far as your fashion goes?
Yeah, so I've basically spent most of my time in California and New York. So I feel like I've been influenced by those two cultures the most in my fashion. So, you know, when I was in New York, I was going to school and I was wearing a lot more like blazers and like dress shoes and stuff like that. But there's a Cali boy in me. You know, like I grew up in Santa Cruz in Northern California, so it was all about like skateboarding
Yeah.
and like skate culture, surf culture, kind of more laid back. And so I feel like now my style is a mixture of those two cultures where it's like I don't want to look like I'm doing nothing all day,
Yeah.
and I also don't want to look like I'm like working all day.
Yeah.
It's like somewhere in the middle.
Yeah. That's cool and that's interesting because those are so opposite. The New York fashion and the Cali fashion
Yeah.
are like so different. And
Yeah.
you can't just show up in New York wearing Cali fashion. Well, you could, but
Well, you can
know.
if you're me. Because
Yeah.
I'm kind of used to being two opposite things, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, I feel like that's part of my life journey is like merging the opposites.
Are those the only two places you've lived, New York and
California?
California?
I would say the majority of my time has been spent in those two states.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
I've definitely been other places, but in terms of like living.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been mainly like Bay Area, LA, and New York.
Okay.
Kind of like triangulated.
What did you do in New York?
I went to school there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Where'd you go to school?
At Columbia University.
Okay. Did
Yeah.
you graduate?
I did, yeah. I graduated slightly super senior.
Wow.
Do you know what that means?
No. Sounds
It just
really
means that you.
impressive, though.
No, it does not. It's not. It means that you took a semester off or 2 semesters off.
Oh, okay. I did that too then.
Oh, okay, so we're super seniors.
Woo! Yeah, my school was only supposed to be 3 years, and it ended up taking me 4 years.
Oh, okay.
So.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's interesting. And what was your degree in?
I did. My major was sociology, and then they opened up the business school for undergrads while I was there.
Okay.
So I did a concentration in business management.
Okay.
Yeah, which was cool. I mean, I kind of got a taste for what business school would be like. And I think that it's like learning some of those strategies has been helpful in my life.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it does seem like it would be.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've done a lot of different entrepreneurial type things. So, and you know, being a music artist nowadays is like all entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
So
if I wanted to find your music, download it, play it, where would I find it?
yeah, my website is melakuofficial.com.
Okay.
So my name is spelled MELAKU, official.com, and then all of my social media pretty much is at Melaku Official.
Okay.
So yeah, that's pretty much the outline of where you can find me.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, thanks.
Yeah, thank you.
I hope, everything goes well for you and we can keep this good flow of energy going.
For sure. Yeah. Thanks for the interview.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
I'm excited.
Yeah. Cheers.
Yeah.
Sweet.
All right.
Well, thank
All right.
you so much.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I'm so glad we did this.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, I'll see you soon.
All right.
Oh,